Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I feel weird. I never put my hair up for videos and I don't know if I like it or if my head looks weird. If I look too weird, then this video is not seeing the light of day. My hair's up in a ponytail because I've been at the gym and, you know, I can't be bothered to style it. So, in the interest of spreading yet more positivity, this video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be about YouTubers whose content I actually enjoy watching. YouTubers who, when I see they've uploaded a new video, I watch it as soon as I can. I do a lot of videos where it's like, look at this YouTuber, they're acting like a dickhead. So today it's, look at this YouTuber, they're nice. Now, this is not an extensive list. I'm not going to be talking about every single YouTuber I follow or every single YouTuber I like because frankly, I don't have all night for that, you know, type of content. I follow too many YouTubers. I'm also not going to include anyone I'm actually on a personal level friends with because that's biased and that's favoritism. And also, what if I did that and I'm friends with, not to flex or anything, I'm friends with quite a few YouTubers. I would probably forget one. And then what if I got a text or a message from like Count Dankula being like, cheers cunt, not on your favourite YouTubers list. He wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying, like, no mates. Also, just because I have friends who are YouTubers doesn't necessarily mean I watch their content. I'm such a great person. I'm like so fucking supportive. I already follow way too many YouTubers, you know what I mean? I might not even care about someone's content. I might just like them as a person. Just hand me that shovel so I can dig a hole even deeper. I'm gonna get unfriended now by like everyone. This is already like an even shitter version of Watch Mojo. Honourable mentions, of course, have to go to Filthy Frank, though he's not a YouTuber anymore. He still remains my favourite YouTuber of all time because I'm slightly in denial and I am a little bit in love with him, even though he's left and he's never coming back. He went out for that pack of cigarettes and some milk years ago. He just hasn't come back. What's that saying? If you really love someone, let them go, and if they come back, it's meant to be. Well, I think I have my answer. We're not even 5 minutes into this video and I'm already being thirsty for someone who doesn't even exist anymore. Good luck with the rap career, Joji. So, number 1 on this list, my first favourite YouTuber is PewDiePie. It couldn't be anyone else. He is an absolute king. I've enjoyed seeing his content evolve over the past decade. I can't remember when I found him. It was so long ago, so many years ago. I remember he did this video where he was playing this kind of cracked version of Sonic the Hedgehog where it was like you rage, you lose type of video, and it's just him being like Yavla, helvete at Sonic the Hedgehog because it just spikes keep coming up, and it was like a really hard version of Sonic. I might, if I can find the video, he's done like thousands of videos, I'll try and put a little clip in to show what I mean.
Men alltså han teleporterar in I kuken. Ja, men det är en jävla idiot, jävla fittmakare. Jag ska fan ta en röv och bara skära av den och ge en julskinka upp i. All right. Men vad I fan vad det är då? Men det var som... Kan inte alla bara ta och lugna ner sig jävla mycket? Ja men...
I found that, and I remember my best mate being like, oh, PewDiePie's really annoying because he just like screams all the time, and I was just like, but that's funny though. I really have the mentality of a 12-year-old, don't I? I'm so fucking mature. But it's been nice watching his content evolve and change, and the thing about YouTube, to stay on top, you have to be willing to adapt. People that don't adapt, like, look at Anision, he's doing his still... How can I be mentioning PewDiePie in the same sentence as Anision? Who the fuck do I think I am? But Anision and other YouTubers like him, like Smosh, that's a better example. They kind of stuck to the same format that, you know, had them rolling for the first few years, and now people don't enjoy it as much. But then you look at PewDiePie, and then look at Shane Dawson. They've adapted, and that's why they're still on top. Basically, to get all deep about it, as human beings, we're always in a constant state of flux. You have to be constantly changing and evolving to, I think, further yourself as a human being, like your own personal development, right? And I think PewDiePie's done that, and there have been times where he's fucked up and he's owned up to it and he's apologised, which I think is very commendable. It's quite hard for people to say sorry and mean it. But I think that's a very good quality to have, that he can sometimes be like, put my hands up, I did a bad thing, shouldn't have done that, and apologise. But at the same time, he also tells the mainstream media to go fuck themselves when needs be, when they unfairly try and pin loads of shit on him. And I love that, absolute king. He seems like he's actually a really nice dude in real life. His content is kind of the equivalent of him waking up and being like, what can I do today that's fun and will entertain people? It's that simple, but it's so effective. He's the biggest channel in the world. And that's something I can really appreciate it, because that's what I want to be doing with my channel. I want to be waking up and thinking, what can I do to entertain or like have a bit of fun with you guys today? Just be a bit silly. And I like that. I really like that in a person. So that's why he is my #1 favourite YouTuber. My second favourite YouTuber is Pyrocynical. By the way, only PewDiePie and Pyrocynical are in like the correct order. The other YouTubers I'm going to mention, they aren't in any particular order at all. It's just, I have 2 favourite YouTubers, and that's PewDiePie and Pyrocynical. I think I found Pyrocynical's YouTube channel about 6 or 7 years ago during like the MLG montage parody era. So it's weird because in a way it's like, kind of feel as if I've watched him grow up into like an adult, which is kind of weird because he must have been a teenager when he was doing those montage parodies. I think you had to be a teenager to do montage parodies.
Oh, hello there!
I don't know why people dunk on MLG videos, because for that brief period of time, that was the golden age of YouTube. That was the best era. For 2020, we should be bringing back montage parodies and MLG content. Back before all the demonetization, the Disney-ification of YouTube. Like back before YouTube was mainstream, man. Like when it was well sick and cool and not what it's kind of turning into today. Which is, oh look, James Corden's done something, let's put it on the trending tab 10 times. Anyway, what I like about Pyrocynical is he's genuinely funny. As in, he actually makes jokes. Now, I'm not saying he's strictly a commentary channel. He does commentary videos, but he does other videos. But my problem with the vast majority of commentary channels is... I'm so stunning and brave. They're not funny. Why am I just in my room laughing at myself? Like, taking aim at a bunch of early 20-year-olds. They're not. Comedy obviously is incredibly subjective. I'm not saying it isn't, but I don't think the majority of commentary channels actually make jokes. Or they might say funny things sometimes, but I feel like a few of them rely far too heavily on funny edits rather than actual funny content and jokes. Pyrocynical has some really funny editing, but you can tell that he writes his jokes and he thinks about them. There was a video he did recently, just the other week, and I just had my lip done. So it was all like swollen and tight and uncomfortable and felt weird. And I put on one of his videos and I don't fucking know what he said. I think it was the Megamind of Instagram video, but he said something and it made me laugh like so hard I had to turn it off because it felt like my lip was gonna burst open and filler was gonna go all over my computer screen. Like, are you that funny? Can you say you're so funny you almost burst someone's lip open? Also, right, I find that a lot of commentary channels kind of anoint themselves even, as like moral conscious bastions. It's very much like, look, this YouTuber is a terrible person for doing that. I'm not saying I don't do that, but I also do recognise that like I'm no one's moral guideline. I am not a good person. I'm a bit of a wanker. I don't pretend to not be. And even if I am saying you're being a bit of a prick, I think that... Why am I just talking about myself? How did this go from, look at these YouTubers, to let's talk about me? I try not to be that judgmental. I mean, when it comes to Onision, yes. But when it comes to other situations, I do... As I've gotten older, I try to be less judgmental and I try to see it from their point of view, so it's less like, you're a piece of shit. And... you know, I don't like saying that you're a piece of shit about people because most people aren't. Most people are just trying to, you know, go about their life and deal with the fact that we're all going to die one day. How has my video turned into that? I wrote a list of like names with like one sentence of what I like about them. And now the video's turned into this. We're all going to die one day, so stop being so mean to each other. No, I find that a lot of commentary channels do try and go from that standpoint of like, you're just a cunt and it's irredeemable and this, that, and the other. I don't think that Pyrocynical does that. I think he'll be like, look how silly this person is. And he'll make lots of funny remarks, and that's kind of that. He's not pretending like he's a priest or some sort of moral arbiter, like God. This is going so fucking well already. Oh, I can't wait until I get to Russell Brand on this list, because I can tell I'm just going to be a prick. So yes, the first 2 weren't in any order, and now here's the rest of them that I thought of 5 minutes before I put the camera on. I've been planning to do this video for a while because I really just want to spread some positivity and get noticed by these YouTubers I really like, obviously, use their like face in the thumbnail. But I haven't really planned this at all, other than I've written down like some names, and some of them have no sentences. Some of them it's... I put down Tana Mojo, the controversial one. That's it. Thanks past me from half an hour ago. Jenna Marbles. I love Jenna Marbles. Her content every week is, let's just fuck around for a few hours, film that, put it on YouTube, bam. Because she's worked hard enough to get to a level where she can do that. I aspire to be at the level. It's just silly and it's good, wholesome fun whenever you go on her YouTube channel. And I can appreciate that, and she really, really, really loves animals. We stan vegan queens on this channel, if you didn't know. You do now. She once got a few fishes and she got the wrong bowl, like tank for the fish to be in. So she took them back to the store and she did a really long apology video saying where she went wrong, how she hadn't like thought about it, what she would do in future, and advice to other people who are thinking of getting fish and making sure that they have, you know, the correct environment to live out their life in. And it was just so like lovely. She made an honest mistake and then made such a big explanatory video. What other YouTuber? Think of when other YouTubers do apology videos, like Laura Lee pretending to fake cry. Jenna is just so sweet, but she's also incredibly funny. I think one of my favourite videos. Also, I like when me just like teacher, like I'm interrupting myself. There's fucking no one here. There's me and 2 rats. There is no one else here, and I'm just like, oh no, wait, I've got something to say. Why am I like this? What is wrong with me today? In some of her videos, she makes the background music the Blue Danube, probably pronounced that wrong, Waltz by Johann Strauss II, and I can really appreciate that because I love classical music, so that's just like a small aside. I think one of my favourite videos she did was the one where she shaved off her eyebrows. It was just so funny and so like, Jenna, what are you doing? I love it. I love when she just fucks around with her appearance to make people laugh. It's brilliant.
What would you do if you saw me on the street and I was like, just do it! Hell yeah! From far away, it's like, oh, look at that. She got like some extra eyelashes on her eyebrows. Up close, you're like, hell yeah!
And she always looks great. She looked great without eyebrows as well. It's just, I'm jealous. Next, I have Jackmate. He's so fucking funny. He's so fucking funny. It actually makes me mad a little because I'm I try not to be, but I'm such a jealous person when it comes to, you know, just people's raw comedic talent. It's so jealous that why are they so naturally funny and I'm not? That went a bit bitter really quickly. No, Jackmate is fucking hilarious. He's so British. That's what I really enjoy about his content. I think I knew about his channel for a really long time before I ended up subscribing, because I thought that I would probably find him annoying because I'm not as up my own ass anymore, surprisingly. I've kind of grown up in the past few years. But I used to do this thing where I would just assume that I would find someone annoying and I wouldn't put in the time or effort to find out if they were actually annoying. I'd just be like, no, because everything used to annoy me. Don't know why either. I was probably under a lot of stress. So I assumed I would find Jackmate annoying, and then when I actually started watching his content, I was like, oh no, this guy's actually genuinely funny. To the point that I really think I know he wants to be a stand-up comedian and he's done stand-up comedy, but there's no chance he's gonna watch this video. But if you do watch this video, Jack, just fucking do it. Just do it! It really is that simple. Maybe it's a little bit different for me because I live in central London. I have friends who are stand-up comedians. I've done it myself. It's something that I would like to do more of in this year, but just have to write a fucking, 5-minute set first. because I get bored of my own jokes like really easily, which isn't a good mentality to have, but whatever. I go to a lot of open mics around London, and some are really good, some are average. I genuinely think that Jackmate could do so well. It's just about fucking doing it. That's all it is. Going out there, getting the experience, being on the circuit, you start to recognise people. So obviously the more open mics you do, the better you'll become, and then the better you become, the more chance there is that someone might take you aside and be like, do you want to do a paid gig here or there? It's just about fucking doing it. Just go fucking do it, cunt. No, Jackmate is so genuinely funny. I love it when, anytime he just makes fun of Alfie Days. He did this video recently, I think it was reacted to Morg's and Alfie's most viewed videos of 2019. That was this bit, like, oh, it's one of those things where, like, if I say the joke, it's not funny. You just have to go watch the video. It's this bit where it's honeycomb on the brie. Make merch of that.
Honeycomb on the brie.
Honeycomb on the brie? Honeycomb on the brie? Oh, honeycomb on the brie! Never in my life will I be in a situation in which I can look at a lump of cheese and go, by Jones, there's honeycomb on the brie. Boy. That's all this video is going to be now. Honeycomb on the brie.
So yeah, Jackmate, fucking hilarious. Next we have Abroad in Japan, because I'm just such a weeb, guys. I'm just such a massive weeb. Abroad in Japan is run by Chris Broad. He's an expat currently living in Japan, and he does these really like high quality, high production value videos about Japan, like 5 things you could do in Tokyo, or he did this cycle ride around Japan. And it's just really bloody good, high quality stuff that we need more of on YouTube. I say that, I'm literally like sitting here in front of my wall that has a picture of John Wick being like, do you know what we need on YouTube? More high quality content. Who do I think I am? There are quite a few travel to Japan type channels on YouTube. I think what I like about Chris and why he's my favourite of the bunch is, it's twofold. Firstly, he's British. He's so British and sarcastic and miserable. And I love that, you know, I can empathise with that. Secondly, the channel has a lot of its own lore, a lot of its own like in-jokes, like Ryotaro, or Natsuki doing anything. I love how Chris has brought on his friends who are so funny. It reminds me almost a bit of how Ricky Gervais found like Carl Pilkington. Natsuki is Chris's Carl Pilkington, which then would make Ryotaro Stephen Merchant. But also Ryotaro is brilliant as well because he has a British accent. He says things like mate and in it, even though he's Japanese, like in it, you know? So yeah, Chris Broad I really like. I plan to go for a holiday to Japan sometime, test out my Nihongo skills. Why did I say that like such an annoying voice? Chris Broad is someone who I would definitely want to collaborate with, even though he has no idea who I am. But you know, just manifesting this whole video I'm doing is me manifesting my own reality, putting it out to the universe. So these are all YouTubers I just want to collaborate with. That's why I've not really put like any of my friends in, because fuck them. I can collaborate with them anytime I want. Actually, no, none of my friends want to, none of my YouTuber friends want to collaborate with me. They would probably lose subscribers if I appeared on their channel acting like an idiot. With that in mind, another channel that I enjoy watching is Rachel and Jun. Rachel is an American who's married to Jun, who is Japanese, and they live in Japan. And the channel kind of started off with Rachel doing videos in Japan. Maybe they were like for her relatives or something, I don't know. But again, just funny, informative. I really like them as a couple. They have 3 cats. The cats are adorable. They just seem like really nice people. Jun has some cooking channels. Just wholesome, clean, good, fun content. I have one mukbanger on the list, the only one that I watch, and that's Ben Dean. Actually, wait, does Review Bra count as a mukbanger? No, he's a food review channel. Though, technically, mukbangers are as well. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, Ben Dean seems like a really chill guy. Doesn't get involved in any of the mukbang drama. Doesn't eat like a pig. Honestly, seeing people like Nikocado, Avocado, or whatever the fuck his name is, just slopping food down themselves all the time, or those mukbangers who eat like entire lobsters because they want to eat the whole ocean. He just seems like a very chill guy. Whacks on a camera and starts talking about his day, and sometimes that's just the kind of content you want to watch on YouTube. Well, I personally want to watch on YouTube. So yeah, Ben Dean. D'Angelo Wallace. I found this guy's channel, it got recommended to me. He did a video on Shane and Jeffree, like all the problems with Shane and Jeffree's recent collaboration series that they did recently. And I watched his video and it was only 10 minutes long. And it highlighted everything wrong, like everything that I had seen for myself. And it was nice to see another YouTuber get it and also have the balls to do a video and be like, this series wasn't good and this is why, because a lot of people do fall into the category of arse licking Shane and Jeffree.
Aristotle once said, to avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. I guess that's the reason we're not allowed to criticize Shane Dawson, because his videos say nothing, do nothing, and are hour-long compilations of nothing.
So as soon as I saw that video, I subscribed. He's got such a deadpan delivery, like monotonous on purpose. I think he's really, really funny. There's a common theme with a lot of the YouTubers I watch, like they have to be funny in some way, like entertaining, because I have like the brain of a child, and if something isn't loud noises and entertaining, then I just don't care. Like if you're boring, fuck off. So needlessly aggressive. Like if you're boring, that's fine, you do you. But I just need, you know, constant entertainment 24/7. Next, love this, Tana Mojo, the controversial one. That's all I put down. The controversial one for my list. I don't know why I like Tana Mojo. I just have a soft spot for her, and I know I shouldn't, but I can't help it. It is what it is. I guess because sometimes her channel is the equivalent of looking at a train wreck that you can't look away from, no matter how much you try. I found out about Tana Mojo when the infamous iDubbbz saga happened. If you know, you know. I think everyone knows. And at the time, I was very much like, what an idiot. This was a few years ago, granted. And then I think from that, she started getting recommended to me. And at first I found her really annoying. Sometimes I still do find her really annoying. Like, she's loud, she's obnoxious. So what? I can be loud and obnoxious sometimes. I think I see little bits of myself in her. Especially me when I was crazy on drugs. Just, I don't know, only what, less than 2 years ago? Less than a year ago, actually. I think that's where my soft spot comes from. Because I can see a lot of the behaviours. But then that's just me projecting. So, which isn't fair for me to do. Basically, we know she lies. We know she exaggerates. We know she can be full of shit. But it's just so entertaining. And she really is entertaining. She's very good at telling a story, even if 50% of it is bullshit. And regarding the iDubbbz thing, at the time I thought it was really funny what he did, but I was a lot younger, and now that I've matured and I'm wise, like with my old age, I don't think it was actually very cool that they did that. So, I mean, that's a whole different video for another time. Just at this age, now looking back, I can't imagine winding up I think she was 17, a 17-year-old in that way. Like, so yeah, Tana Mojo. Controversial, but entertaining as fuck. Stop partying and doing drugs all the time and work on being an actual entertainer, because I think you'd be quite good at it. Just stop doing drugs all the time. It doesn't end well, believe me. I feel like this video is like so fucking long already. Will Any, again, hilarious. So British. His little, wow. No, his show this week on the internet is like a funny version of Russell Howard's Good News. Oh yeah, I went there. I like that he's currently fighting with a 50-year-old woman as well. It's just brilliant.
I'm so good at darts for some reason.
Oh, this year has gone to shit. We're not even half a month in. There is genuinely a woman stood outside in her garden throwing darts at my forehead. And to make things even worse, right, I went on Instagram last night and was greeted with, your comment has been deleted. We removed your comment on Morg's mum's post because it doesn't follow our community guidelines. She's thrown darts at my face. Like, all right, yeah, fair enough. I probably shouldn't have called her a skit.
Right, I'm gonna have to rush through the rest of these because I swear down this video, I swear down I've been filming for about 40 minutes already, so I'm gonna have to speed it up a little bit and not go into too much detail. I've written down for this one, does Russell Brand count? Because he is a YouTuber. He uploads probably more regularly than I do on his channel. Yes, he's a comedian and he's a movie star and he's a podcaster, but technically, for all intents and purposes, he is a YouTuber as well. Then I've also had Russell. Okay, so I don't really script unless I have to for a video. For example, for this video, I've written down the names. All I wrote down was like, okay, Jenna Marbles, I love Jenna. That was it. Great, thanks. Jack Mate, Brunch Pan, Rachel and Jun, Ben Dean, Giangelo Wallace, Tana Moden, the controversial one, Willini, hilarious. That's all like I fucking wrote. For Russell Brand, I've written down, does Russell Brand count? Russell, you don't get to, this is like a letter that I'm sending him from the heart. Russell, you don't get to be on my list because you, capitals, had Logan Paul on your channel before you had me on. Surprisingly to some of you, I don't dislike Logan. I think he's actually legit grown up and sometimes I watch his podcast Impulsive. But Russell, after all I have done for you, how could you? And then I saw Russell with a bunch of other YouTubers. Yeah, they were talking about addiction, but I could do that too, Russell. There's a lot to unpack there, granted. You know earlier when I said that I get jealous and I can get a little bit petty? Yeah. For example, True Geordie recently had David Icke on his podcast, and I like True Geordie. He's not on my list, but again, he's a YouTuber that I do really quite like. Get me on your podcast sometime. But when I saw that he had David Icke, the granddaddy of conspiracy theories, like the guy whose reptilian theory ruined my life when I found out about it when I was 13, because when I was 13, I read this website like, yeah, that's right, there's reptilians everywhere. Changed the course of my life. I could have been like a banker or an accountant or like someone who was actually a real human being. Actually, no, I mean, I think watching The Matrix at 6 years old and being like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what's going on. I think that kind of like ruined my life. Imagine this, but I'd been a banker instead of like a fucking weirdo. True Geordie had David Icke on his podcast and my immediate reaction was just anger. I was jealous. I was bitter. I thought to myself, how dare you? I've liked these conspiracy theories since before they were a meme. You don't deserve David Icke. I deserve David Icke. And then I get over myself and I listened to the podcast and I was like, actually, this is fucking banging. And then I promoted it on my Instagram being like, everyone should check this out. It's really, really good. I just have these incredibly immature... Some of you might look down on me for sharing this with you guys, sharing my own flaws, that sometimes I can be really jealous and immature. It doesn't last for long. I reflect. I work through the kinks, I find out what's this really about, and I get through it. Some of you might look down on me for bearing a bit of my soul and being fucking honest, but I'm being honest, right? I'm not perfect. I'm the opposite of perfect. I'm an idiot. What's this got to do with Russell Brand? Oh yeah, so I opened YouTube, Logan Paul is on Russell Brand's podcast. Closed my laptop, I was just so disgusted. Why does Logan Paul deserve it? Yeah, sure, he's got like, what, 19 million followers, but Russell, after all I've done for you, I've liked Russell Brand since the age of 12 or so. Whenever he was on Big Brother's Big Mouth, I saw him on there, my first thought was, who the fuck is this cunt? And I was very rude as a teenager. He's so loud, he's so abrasive, he's so annoying. Doing that thing where I find someone annoying. And then I think I just kept watching him because I was bored. And within a few weeks it turned to, oh my god, I love this guy. He is so funny. And I've watched him grow as a human for a very long time now, over a decade. So he started doing YouTube and I supported him doing that. I supported him throughout all of it. I supported him. Even when he got married to Katy Perry, I still thought, this is fine, because I'm not crazy. While sounding really crazy. When I moved to London, I had the absolute privilege of being able to go to a bunch of his gigs and meeting him a bunch of times, and he's just such a nice guy, to the point that if you have a problem, you can talk to him about it. Like, it's no secret on this channel that I've had problems with addiction, like cocaine and alcohol and stuff. And there's been a few times that like I spoke to Russell about that kind of stuff. And he's so genuine, he really does give a shit. you can talk to him about that kind of thing. So then when I open up my laptop, all the good stuff goes out the window really quickly. Logan Paul gets to be on your podcast before I get to be. How dare you? After all I've done for you, Russell Brand. Basically, that was just an incredibly long-winded way of me complaining and being like, Russell, can I come onto your podcast, please, and talk and stuff. Do you know what it is? You're just jealous that I'm funnier and better looking than you. People can unsubscribe from me because I'm just being so fucking awful in this video. I'm literally the worst. What am I doing? Why am I trying to ruin my career before it's even started? Anyway, Russell Brand. You're still like in my top 10 favourite people of all time, but you may be on this list. You're just on thin ice at the moment, boy. JonTron. I love JonTron. I've watched him for a very long time as well. Birdemic, when he came out of that video, had me like crying. Just so fun. I've enjoyed seeing how the production value again for his channel has just increased over the years. But I also enjoyed it when him and Ethan got together and they had that Papa John's pizza. They're like, Papa's in the house. Just great. Back in the days when I also used to like H3H3, but I still like JonTron. I think he's so fucking funny. The amount of work and effort that goes into his YouTube channel, even though he took a really long hiatus, he's really been smashing it recently in the past year. He's been regularly uploading. It's just been good shit. So actually, I mean, I don't know if this counts with the rule that I made at the beginning of the video, but I got to meet JonTron once. He came into a bar I was with. My friend used to work in this bar and I was there, and JonTron came in and he was just such a nice guy. He was really funny. He was a pleasure to talk to, him and his now wife. They were lovely to talk to all evening about like whatever really, for YouTube and stuff. I can't remember. Got a bit drunk. It was actually my friend's birthday. The huge fan of JonTron. It was my mate's birthday on that occasion, and JonTron bought him like a drink and a shot, and you know, sung happy birthday and stuff. Just really genuinely such a nice guy. What was that video he did where it was the gaming one and God, Noah's Ark or something like that? That Titanic video he did was really, really fucking funny about the Titanic games. But what was that? What was that video? And the people, they turned into animals and then it was the race. If I find it, I'm gonna put in clips. It's just so funny. Like, JonTron is just so genuinely fucking hilarious. I have such good taste, I know.
Did you get that? Is that all sinking in for you?
Hi, Ruben. May I ask, what book are you reading?
Oh, hi, Hannah. Yes, it's a book about Noah's Ark.
Ah, boy, here we go. Look at Albert Einstein over here, just perfectly placed for this meeting of the minds.
Yes, Hannah?
Look at this lady walking down the hall. Once she gets an earshot, she's out of there. She's the smartest person in the room.
Do you think that Noah had any creature races in those days after the world flood?
Now, Ruben, you know that's a loaded question.
Did Noah play and have fun with the animals?
Now, Ruben, you know that's a loaded question.
Colossal was crazy. One of the funniest people on the internet, but I mean, it's a tired meme that he rarely uploads on YouTube. We get it. But I wish he would. I wish he would upload more because he's just, again, genuinely really funny. I'm gonna have to hurry up because my camera is gonna die any second now. Report of the week. All I wrote down for this was report of the week. Review bra. He's just adorable. Shut up. Who am I telling to shut up? Some YouTubers put on a little bit of act in front of the camera. I act more sane than I actually am because in real life I'm just stupid. I'm always like this. Matt Stoney, the human Hoover. There's just something like gratifying about watching someone eat 20 pounds of food in one go. Hot for Food, a really good vegan cooking show. Check it out if you're that way inclined. And lastly, channel Stephanie Toms is a channel that I found recently. She did a review of the Shane and Jeffree Star palette, the conspiracy palette. She did a review of it and she likes them. So she didn't go into it wanting to dislike the product, but she just found that it didn't reach like the best of standards for her, and she was so honest about it. I checked out her videos and I kind of subscribed then and there because the majority of other people on YouTube were really kissing Shane and Jeffree's ass, like majorly. But she said, oh, the product was a bit patchy or whatnot. I just thought it was so honest when she liked them as people, and she could have gone down the route of, it's a great product, buy it, Shane and Jeffree put me on the PR list, but she didn't, you know. We love honest people. So yeah, a good beauty channel that I watch. I also watch a beauty channel called Soph Does Life. Easy watching, just nice content. So obviously, I think I said at the beginning of the video, I've been talking for so long, I can't remember what I started off the video saying. These are not all the channels that I watch. I do watch other channels. I do have other channels that I would recommend. These are just a few of them that I thought of, you know, only moments before turning on the camera. So that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope people don't unsubscribe because I've just been a fucking idiot for like, what, 30 minutes, what, 20 to 30 minutes straight. Weeding out the week is what I'm doing. Basically, long story short, all of these channels I've mentioned, please collaborate with me. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what channels you like down in the comment section below. And I probably won't check them out because I watch too much YouTube as it is. But yeah, have a conversation with each other and recommend each other channels down below. Or alternatively, go on all these YouTube channels and tell them that, you know, you came from me and let's get all these collabs going. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.